Ukulele with Mele, a place where we strum aloha, we learn through aloha, we have ohana all throughout the world. The parts of an ukulele. Aloha, I'm Ukulele Mele, and right now we're going to go over the parts of your ukulele and the notes of an ukulele. This is exciting because it's so simple, right? So if you've taken my class, this is a review, or you can skip right over it if you've been practicing, and you don't need this review. This is a tenor size kamaka. Now that I'm holding it next to myself, I'm really tiny because this is probably not supposed to look this big, but for me, I'm fun size. I'm like itty bitty. This is the Ota tenor, and hopefully I get to meet him this summer at the Uk Fest in Maryland. I'm super excited at Strathmore. First things first is you have the head, you have a neck, and you have a body. Doesn't that sound familiar? It really is kind of like me. So you have your part here, right? Can you see that? Yes. And here you have your tuning pegs. So what do these do? They tune, which will be another video. We're going to work on that together because everyone always requests to know how to tune their ukulele. And I really want to make a really good video about that, right? So we're going to do that. Then you have your neck. So depending on the size of your ukulele, whether or not you have something smaller, right, or bigger, which I have a lot of ukuleles, I've realized. You have your neck, right? And your neck has the strings on them, correct? Correct. Then you have your bridge, and you have this hole right here, this sound hole. In the Hawaiian ukuleles, the sound hole is here. But in the Tahitian ukuleles, the sound hole is in the back, right? So it's one of my favorite ukuleles that I have. It's from Tahiti, Papete, love, 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 love. What you need to know for now is on this neck are all of these lines. And these lines are what we call frets. And so each of these frets tell your fingers where they need to go on the certain strings so that you can create a different sound on them. And that is what notes really are. They're just different pitches of sound. Right? You have all these different notes. And so the ukulele has the ability, depending on the type of ukulele that you have, sopranos are higher, right? The baritones are lower. You also have U bass as well. And then you have this like a tenor, and I have a dropped octave in my top string. We won't get into that immediately, but over time you will learn these things. What you do need to know is that the frets are very important. If your ukulele has these little dots, these are really good to start understanding and memorizing, and some of them even have the dots that appear here because it kind of tells you, oh, this is my 3rd fret, this is my 5th fret, this is my 7th, this is my 10th, right? And it gives you sort of these guides. This is why violin is so hard, because they don't have that. Violin doesn't have them. Cellos don't have these frets. That's why it's like really useful to know with your ear. You have to listen. But I want you to listen anyway. This is kind of like having an automatic car, and a violin is kind of like having a standard, right? Like a stick shift, where you have to like really listen to the vehicle to know, okay, what gear am I going into next? And so at least with ukulele, most of them, well, all of them will have the frets, and many of them will have these dots that will guide you along the way. Now, as we get into what are the names of these strings, we're going to start with the top string. If you're holding it, sorry. If you are holding it like a left-hander, it will be your bottom string. If you are holding it like a right-hander, it will be your top string, okay? So Your top string is G. Play that with me. G. Now if you have a soprano or a concert, it'll sound like G. This one is going to be lower. Just an octave difference. Same note, different octaves, okay? Second one, C. It's okay if it doesn't sound exactly like this because we're going to tune it in another video. Next one is the E. Last one is your A. So you have your second one, third one, fourth one. You say them. Now you can make up your own little ditty to remember. On the ships, I use what my amazing friend Haulani Heidi uses is good cruisers eat always. If you have never taken a ship before, a cruise, this may not make any sense to you. So you can try coming up with your own, right? Let me see if I can come up with my own right now. Nope. Different ways that you can do it. Or if you really want to do it backwards, you can also do that, right? A, E, C, G. G, C, E, A. Now let's test you on these parts. What is the top? What are these things called? That's correct. If you said tuning pegs and the head. Now this is the correct. It's the neck. And this is the body, right? And then we have the bridge down here, the sound hole. These are the strings. And these lines, frets. That's correct. And what do the frets do? They tell you where to put your fingers. Awesome. Now, if you didn't get any of those correctly, then just like rewind and practice again or sleep on it. Maybe you'll remember when you wake up. Doesn't matter. You're still going to get it. You're still going to play. And that's the end of this video. Strum aloha. On to the next.